Folks, let me tell you about a client who I found out later instantly regretted buying his condo. Then I'll get into the latest home prices and insights for condos across the GTA for week ending March the 5th, 2025. So about a year ago, I'm working with a buyer who's looking to buy a condo. We see a few condos, but right around the same time, I'm getting ready to list a condo that might suit my buyer client just right. So I show him, I talk to him about the condo. He wants to see it. We take him to see it. He likes it a lot. His parents are helping him to buy, so he asks if we could bring the parents. Of course. So we bring his parents to see the condo. They really like it a lot. We talk about what an offer would look like. We talk about the aspects of the offer. We talk about the whole purchase process and submitting an offer and how everything works and deposit. We talk about all that. And just as I think we're getting ready to put the offer together, he says, Santo, do you mind if I just show my siblings and just one last time let me see it before we make a decision? Of course. Well, I'm not going to say, no, you can't see it anymore. Of course. So we go see it. We meet his siblings there, but also a friend shows up. I didn't know, but it's no problem. We're all in the condo looking at it. Now, the parents were quite positive, but the siblings and the friends, not so much. They had their opinions and were kind of discouraging from that condo, coming up with all sorts of things that, to be honest, I didn't really thought made a lot of sense, but it's their opinion. My client is influenced by their opinion, and that's just the way that one went. And after thinking about it for a few days, decided that's not the condo for him. And we went on with our buying process. We're looking at other condos, and it happened a few times that he found a condo that he really, really liked. Parents, siblings, sometimes friends, sometimes not, would be there, and they discourage him from that one. But eventually, we found one that seemed everybody liked, and that's the one he ended up buying. That was about a year ago. Recently, I received an email from him out of the blue. Santo, how's it going? Hope everything's going great with you. Do me a favor, can you get me some information on this condo listing? And he tags a condo in the email. That listing is in the building of the original that I was showing him, the one that I had listed, which we eventually listed and sold. But this is one floor beneath. It is in that same building. Very, very similar model to the one that I was selling him that I thought he was going to buy, that he liked a lot. And he's asking me about that in the email. So I phoned him and I say, what's going on? Why do what kind of information are you looking for? Like, how can I help you? What's happening? And that's when he starts to tell me, Santo, I should have bought the other one. I've been living here for about a year, but almost immediately after I moved in, I instantly regretted my decision. And I said, but you liked the other one. What made you not buy it? And he admits he took everybody else's opinion and he didn't put his opinion as priority as to what he thought. And these people he was getting opinion from have no experience buying, selling, have no experience in real estate. Is just, he was taking opinions and being influenced by what other people said. But at the end of the day, he's the one who's paying the bills. He's the one who's paying the mortgage. He's the one signing the offer. But he was influenced so much by what these other people were telling him. Even though their opinions, I got to say, were probably not ill-intentioned. They just swayed him from really what he should have done. And we experience this all the time. You're looking to buy, you're looking to sell. Someone's going to give you their opinion. If you're selling, they're going to give you, it's the wrong price, or you should do it this way, you should do it that way. They maybe have absolutely no experience in whatever they're giving you an opinion on. If you're looking to buy, for sure. There's lots of people that are going to give you opinions, but they're not paying your mortgage. They're not the one that's going to live with the consequences of your decision. They're going to give an opinion and walk away. Then you got to live with that for years and financially be attached to that for years. So be careful who you get opinions from. It's fine. I'm not telling you not to get opinions from people. But just remember, at the end of the day, you're the one stuck holding the bag. So you do have the final say, at least you should. You're the one that's going to be responsible for it. I've seen people get opinions and it's like, thank God they took that person's opinion. And I've seen people take opinions that totally mess things up. So now I'm talking to this client of mine about, he's only been in his home for a year, what it's going to look like if he was to sell and then buy the other one. It's a lateral move, but it's not a great situation to be in. Like, he doesn't have to sell. He could live with whatever is bothering him about what he bought, but be careful about people's opinions. Everybody has one, and even if you don't ask, they're going to give you their opinion. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video, in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that or go to tsre.ca. My calendar will be there also. Pick a date and time that suits you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Folks, we've got a really nice, large, one-bedroom plus den condo. It's for sale in South Etobicoke. Great view of the lake. Check out the link at the end of this video. Let's get started. We're going to talk about the condo market, condo apartments only, and we're going to be breaking it down by the City of Toronto, for York Region, and for Peel Region. These are average prices for the last 3 months. This is what concerns us here, where we're trending right now. It's a little bit confusing. Let's get into it. For the City of Toronto, for week ending March the 5th, 152 condos were sold. 16 of those were at $1 million or more. So which way are sales trending? It's tough to say. If we go to the beginning of January, it's pretty clear. Sales were trending up. Then they came down, then up. It's now down again. I don't see a pattern here. I wish I could tell you something otherwise, but it's always going to be the truth. And the truth is, I don't know which way sales are trending right now. What we know is that we don't know. That's the only thing we know. Average sold price, $705,000. That is up from the previous week. Compared to last year, $705,000 is 2% lower than where the average price was this time a year ago. The median price, it's a little lower. The median price is $648,000. It's a little lower than where we were this time last year with the median price, but it rounds off to a 0% change. And when we look at the dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average. Sometimes it makes it easier to spot a trend. The trend is actually, since the beginning of the year, prices are both average and median kind of flat. It averages out to not a big change in either direction. Sales, orange, that's this year. The blue, that's a year ago. Fewer sales this year versus last year. Sold at list price or more. It's pretty constant, isn't it? It's 3 months here. Hovering 20, 21, 22. For this week, we're at 22%. Selling at list price or more, so less than a quarter. Listings, it's the opposite. Listings, we have many more listings this year versus this time a year ago. Active listings is shooting way up there. We're now at 4,791 active listings. Basically, for this week ending March the 5th, only 3.2% of what was available for sale actually sold. So think about it. Out of 100 condos, 3 sold, 3.2, but 3 sold. That's it. The detached market, it's 8 or 9% that are selling. So it's 3 times the percentage of what condos are selling at. Months of inventory, much higher than the previous week. We're now at 7.3 months of inventory, pretty much a buyer's market. Let's look at the city broken down into 9 sections. The whole city averages out to 7.3. You've got sections that are far below that, much higher than that. Scarborough, 9 months of inventory. Midtown, 9.8. Downtown, 9.7. But uptown, it's better than the overall average. We're sitting at 4.4. High Park, 19 were sold, 4.4 months of inventory. Riverdale Beaches, 4.6 months of inventory. The buying experience or selling experience is going to be different depending on the building, depending on the area. Here's York Region condos. 28 condo apartments were sold for week ending March the 5th. None sold at $1 million or more. Just like the city of Toronto, it's difficult to pick a pattern of sales. Their sales trending up, down, hard to say. Average price, it's not so difficult to say. It's pretty clear. Average price is trending down. We're sitting at $624,000 for week ending March the 5th. 624 is 12% lower than this time a year ago. That gap since the beginning of the February, we're at 2% lower, then 4% lower, then 7% lower, 9% lower, and now at 12% lower. Last year, average prices were climbing a bit at this time. This year, they're going the opposite way. That gap is getting bigger. Median price of $600,000 is also 12% lower than this time a year ago. The dotted line, the 4-week moving average, it's also pretty clear. Prices are trending downward. 28 were sold, only 14% sold at list price or more. We have many more listings than this period last year. Active listings is at 846, trending upwards. Months of inventory sitting at 7.0. Here's Peel region. Similar trend. It's hard to pick a trend. 26 condo apartments were sold, none sold at $1 million or more. Can't tell if sales are actually climbing or staying flat. 598 is the average sold price. Excuse me, my throat is scratchy here right now. 598 is 6% lower than this time a year ago. Median price of 601 is 2% higher. 26 were sold, just under a third, 31% sold. It's a little high, it seems high based on what's going on, but 31% sold at list price or more. Active listings slowly has been climbing, but we have far more listings of condos in Peel region this year than last year. Months of inventory sitting at 7.7. Here's a summary of months of inventory. Months of inventory is the relationship between supply and demand. It's pretty clear we have much more supply than demand. That's why months of inventories are in the 7s. It's pretty much a buyer's market just about wherever you go. Thanks for watching. Now check out the video of the awesome condo we have for sale with a great view of the lake.